It gotta stop. But we're gonna get into the podcast. So we're gonna be talking about this little Michael B. Jordan situation. And I'll be trying to tell you, your come up is the best revenge. I be trying to tell y'all be sitting there crying. How do I get her back? Nigga, get rich. How about that? Yeah, that sweet, 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 sweet revenge. That's how you do it, honestly. That is how you do it. But y'all don't listen. But y'all don't hear me though. But y'all do not hear me though. Nobody, nobody want to get the revenge that's needed. What better revenge than somebody making fun of you for doing something you ambitious about, and then what happened? You get rich. Now she interviewing you as a star. You know what I'm saying? Best revenge you could do. Best revenge you could get. But y'all don't understand that though. Y'all don't hear me though. Who know what podcast number this is? Who can tell me what podcast number we on? 164. I'm not sure. Is it? I'm not 100% sure if I'm being honest. I'm really not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure what podcast number this is. Somebody always saying, why would somebody always coming here talking about Somali girls top 5? Do you know what Lake Fork guy is? No, I don't know who that is. Who that? Who that, homie? You said 163 yesterday, so I guess it got to be 164. I'm gonna double check only because I'm not sure. I know that was it sound like the right number. See how consistent I am, though. But that's how you be consistent when y'all know what episodes we on. Because I always usually ask what episode we on, but when y'all know what episode we on, that's the type of consistency. I told you I want to do 200 episodes this year. Glasses giving Y2K real. Do you mean B2K? Listen, my hair not done right now. I got like my shit looking crazy, but I know I need to get my haircut, my eyebrow. I get it. I look a little crazy right now, but don't try to play me. All right. I know what you mean. Like back in the early 2000s when they had these glasses, but sometimes they had the little heart on them. I love that shit, but I was only like 11 years old. No, I know what you mean. I was like 11 years old, so I never got to rock it. How old do you think I am? Because a lot of people be thinking I'm old young, but I'm actually like I'm an old young man. That's what I like. That's what I like to say. Hold on, let me see what episode we on. Well, how old are you, old lady? I thought you was my age. How old are you? Let me. Who is it? How old are you, ma'am? I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments gonna tell you eventually. Yeah, this is podcast number 164. I ain't say you wasn't cute. I just called you old lady. It's old cute people. Hey, you could be old and sexy as hell. Old women need love too. I'm just playing. Kind of, sort of. I'm just playing. We reaching 250 plus at this pace for sure. Oh, for real, because I've been consistent like a motherfucker. I just got came at and paused, baby. You got came. I'm in a real giggly mood because I ain't got a funny text. Let me stop. She said I just got came at late 20s, early 30s. Nah, I'm exactly 30 years young, you heard. But People always think I'm younger, especially like when I got a haircut. If I cut this beard, oh hell, that's gonna be a wrap. But then y'all can see my jawline. I really got a nice jawline. I should probably cut it so y'all can see how cute I am. 33, my dude. All right. First of all, don't talk to me like 33, my dude. Like, stop. That's not cute. That's not cute. You must be from New York talking like that. All right. I don't love it. I don't love the like my dude. I don't. That part I don't love. I deal with it enough with women in New York. I'm always correcting them. I'm from the Bay. Oh yeah. I be in Cali. I got clients out there. I'll be out there next month before Ramadan. I'll be in Sacktown laying my Mac down. You heard? In Sacktown. All right, guys. You guys ready for this podcast? Let's drop the ones in the chat. Let me know when you're ready. All right, but the Bay is close to it. It's the closest thing to it. It's not that far. Like, stop trying to be so like technical. Oh, that's not the Bay. Laugh my ass off. You're incorrect. Cut it out. Let me see the ones. Oh, you like me. Listen, you can't like me unless you're willing to suck that thing from the back. Now I'm playing. I am joking. I'm in a joking mood. What's good, man?
Yo.
What's the deal, bruh?
I was gonna say this. Bro, have you? Okay, maybe this is just me, and maybe this is just maybe my realization of it.
Transaction.
So, because I'm a Michael B. Jordan. So apparently he used to got picked and bullied in high school, right? Or he got teased, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? He got teased at, then then when he started going to the gym, when he started taking care of himself, when he started, looking up after himself, he started to get that momentum that world's sexiest man. So like looking at this picture with her and Michael B. Jordan, I think for men to like be attractive, generally they would have to be like fit, right?
Yeah, it's a facet of attractiveness. Yeah. Well, what's the point you're trying to make?
Okay. The point I was just trying to make is like, because facially, Michael B. Jordan's not all that. Facially.
Listen. I'm first of all, pause. That's first and foremost. Second, I do believe he is a handsome guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I may look a little crazy right now, but I'm not sure. I'm not gonna critically judge a man crazy. Like, we all know if somebody's handsome. I don't think you get called the sexiest man in the world without looking a certain way, right? That's one. All right. Listen, if you got a preference of the type of black men you like, that's on you. That's on you, brother. I ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go crazy like that. But look, listen, I'm not gonna get into that right now because we're gonna talk about on the podcast right now. I'm about to get into it, and then I'll let you guys come up and we'll talk about all that. So I do want you guys to come up and join. I'm always inviting everybody up. But first, let's talk up. I'm gonna talk about all the case. It's not exactly he was just getting picked on. He was getting picked on for in particular reason, which makes his come up so much better. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about it, and then you guys can come up, and then we'll have a conversation about it. How's that sound? All right, man. So we're gonna talk about it. Just just leave the chat for now. Leave it for now, and then you come back up and we'll talk about all that after the podcast. But yeah, listen. He kind of distracted me. That old lady was talking about how she liked me. She said she was cute, but anyway, let me stop. Listen, I can't be entertaining people. I am focused on my purpose, not on these women The devil is a lie. But no, listen, the Michael B thing is pretty important. I don't think obviously he's not an ugly guy. Some people have preferences. Listen, I can understand if it was a female saying that, but that's a dude. Hey, no judgment if that's how you like things. If you like Idris Elba better than a Michael B. Jordan, hey, I'm all for it, man. But if you like it, I won't necessarily love it, but I love that for you. um, but yeah, let's get into the podcast. And what the hell did I just do? Let me hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta fix this shit right quick so we can start this podcast. Cause I don't know what the hell I just did. Okay. No, he went off for a second. So we're gonna get into the podcast. Everybody drop the ones in the chat. Let me know you guys are ready, watching and listening, so we can get into it, and then I can get you guys up and we'll talk. It's gonna be a quick one. I'm not gonna do this because this is a very interactive type of conversation. Oh no, I don't smoke, baby. I ain't never smoked a day in my life. I turned down a lot of girls because of that shit too. A lot of girls be trying to smoke me up. I've been offered threesomes just to smoke. I'm like, listen, baby, it's all good. If you're gonna give me the threesome, you're gonna give it to me either way. I ain't gotta smoke for it. But yeah. Let me see the ones. Come on, drop your ones and some likes. Let's go. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. I'm ready to get started. I gotta see some more ones. All right, let's get it going. One dropping likes. All right. Podcast number 164. Correct, guys? That is correct. Damn, I forgot to grab my water. I'll get it on the music. All right, guys. Podcast number 164. 164 episodes today. So today we're going to be talking about why your come up is your best revenge. It is the best revenge you could possibly have. And guys don't really understand this. Why? Because I guess it seems like a long-term thing. I guess it seems like something that it's going to take a long time to get. And I know a lot of people are, and particularly a lot of guys get impatient, right? A lot of guys get impatient with the fact that, oh, it's going to take me a long time to get that. I want her back now. This idea of FOMO, the fear of missing out, right? So when it comes to that, it's just like, I know a lot of guys get impatient, but this is why I tell guys, your best revenge on any female that left you or made fun of you is success. Get the success, and it can be minor success, big success. And I think Michael B. Jordan is the perfect example of this, guys. And I think we got to highlight this and capitalize on this because it's a W for the city boys. Let me stop. But no, it's definitely a W for guys because this seems to be this like fake war between men and women that shouldn't be. And I don't like it. But I think now female hypergamy is highlighted and it's at its all-time high. But this is just a really good situation to talk about. And I guess it can go the other way, but ain't nobody trying to downplay women and their success. We want the best for you, but usually that's a whole different story. But anyway, so we're going to get into that. This is what we're going to be talking about today's episode. This is going to be really interactive. After this, I don't want you guys to go anywhere. I want you guys to come up and speak. If you're on TikTok, and then I'll also put the Zoom link in on YouTube so you guys can talk too, because I think this is a really good topic. And this is something that you can have a lot of good back and forths about. I know a lot of people have opinions, and there's different facets of it too. Like there's different levels to it. So we're going to do that now. But if you know how the podcast goes, we usually play a song and then we get right into it. This is J.O. Say It Ain't. And right after this song, we're going to get into the podcast because there's some things I want to cover about this.
Yeah, nigga. This is that big Hollywood shit, nigga. You copping that shit you wish you could get. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fucking around out here, man. Fuck you thought it was, nigga. doing, nigga, we doing back-to-back shit. Ain't no stopping, ain't no motherfucking breaks, nigga. This shit ain't for the weak. So tell them niggas, watch out. Gon' blow, ain't depending on no niggas. Yeah, I'm gon' roll. I ain't even tripping about the lies being told. That's what happens when you poppin' niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so. Got the city on fire, but I'm still too cold. Always tell it like it is. Yeah, you know I'm too bold, but you still sleeping on me. Niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so, got it figured out. Tried to be the nice guy, but now I'm on a different route. Probably got your girlfriend in my crib, just trying to dick her down. And best believe I kick her out if she don't plan on putting out. Yeah, cause I'm a dog, I'm a fucking dog. Got a lot of bitches, but I'm always trying to fuck some more. Yeah, so what you want from a nigga? I done found out the game, and they don't be loving niggas. I'm good, I'm all set. The way I do my own thing, yeah, they y'all vex. Out here calling shots like a motherfucking rap. Whole time y'all was playing checkers, I was playing chess. Man, this shit a mess. I'm gon' blow, ain't depending on no niggas. Yeah, I'm gon' roll. I ain't even tripping about the lies being told. That's what happens when you poppin' niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so. Got the city on fire, but I'm still too cold. Always tell it like it is. Yeah, you know I'm too bold, but you still sleeping on me. Niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so that I'm back, nigga. Tell Shorty that I'm in. She know he a whack, nigga. Doing all that yapping. He just hating cause my stack's bigger. Hit it from the back. I'm the one that got an ass bigger. Yeah, and I'm a boss. I'm a fucking boss. Feeling like I'm Cali, baby. I ain't never took a loss. Nah, and I made y'all with the cross. Putting on for my city, and I put that on the cross. So I'm good. I'm all set. Who's real, who's fake? Man, let's put them to the test. I ain't worried about a thing, baby. I ain't never stressed. Ben thought I was that nigga. Man, I must confess. Bitch, I've been the best. I'm gon' blow, ain't depending on no niggas. Yeah, I'm gon' roll. I ain't even tripping about the lies being told. That's what happens when you poppin' niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so. Got the city on fire, but I'm still too cold. Always tell it like it is. Yeah, you know I'm too bold, but you still sleeping on me. Niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't.
All right, guys, that was J.O. saying ain't. So let's get into today's topic. I wanted to play the clip. So if you haven't seen recently, it's all over social media about this whole thing with Michael B. Jordan and how he got revenge on somebody who made fun of him in high school, but he just didn't get made fun of for anything. He got made fun of for carrying around apparently headshots. Like he would carry around headshots because obviously he's an actor now, and maybe is a model too, or whatever you want to call it. But the man's famous, and he's famous for acting. And of course, when you're getting gigs and you want to get booked for gigs, you have to have a headshot. And he's been acting for a long time. I've been seeing this guy in movies since he was really young. So chances are he probably had some gigs by then when he was in high school. And you know what? I seen this girl before, the lady in the interview. I seen her on Angela Yee's I think I forget lip service, right? She has some like gossip YouTube channel where they talk and they like sometimes have celebrities on there and they talk. And I seen her on there a few times. So I'm a little familiar with how she looks. I don't know her name or anything like that. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to play the clip so you guys hear it. So let's play the clip now. And this is the clip where they were talking about how Michael B. Jordan's a corny, nice guy, right? And the crazy part is Newark is the hood. I don't know if you I don't live in Jersey. I live in New York, but Newark is definitely the hood. And you have a lot of famous people who come out of there, a lot of successful people that come out of Jersey. I had no idea. I still don't even know her name. But she's basically talking about how Michael B. Jordan's a nice. The other person on the podcast, whatever they were talking on, was saying how Michael B. Jordan is such a nice guy, and how nice. He's corny. The corny nice guys are the guys that always treat you good. But and if you ever actually watched the interview, Michael B. Jordan called her out. He was like, "Oh, I remember you. You're the girl that used to make fun of me back in the day." And he's looking all intently, and she was like, "Oh no," she's trying to deny it. But let's play the video now. Oh, so, so she said we got Michael B. Jordan. He says, "Oh, the corny kid, huh?" And she was like, "No, misquoted. I did not say." He said, "No, I heard it. I heard it." Right. And this is why I tell guys, she looks so stupid and she looks so crazy trying to get an interview out of a guy, out of the star. You're at a film. You're at a film where it's debuting, right? And you're trying to interview the star of the movie, and not even his first movie. This is Creed 3. So you're interviewing the star, and now you have to deny comments that you already admitted to saying because you look stupid, right? Obviously, it made headlines, and it'll probably bring her a lot of attention because you know what they say, all what is it, all media, all press is good press, but I don't always agree with that. But now she has to deny it, and she looks stupid, right? Because she wants to get a story out of him. She wants to get him on camera. She got him on camera, and she said, "Yeah, we go way back." Oh, the corny kid, right? But this is what you guys chase your ambitions. Don't care what somebody says. I know a lot of people get on here. Oh, I see you on TikTok. Okay, and then what? Oh, what happened to box? I'm still boxing. But little do you know, I started at one point. I was getting 10K a month off of the TikTok thing, right? Obviously, things always grow. You get more, but I was able to quit a job, so I don't have to work a 9 to 5. So I have more time to work out. But I didn't care about people making fun of me. But look, here she is trying to make fun of Michael B. Jordan. She has to interview him now. Now she's denying it, where she already had admitted it, right? And I guess there's a lot more that goes into it, right? He's also a very nice guy. And and I guess that's another reason as to why he was made fun of. But this is why I tell guys all the time, even when you break up with an ex, right? And a lot of guys, this is like one of the most things that I see all the time with guys trying to get their ex back. But this is what I'm telling you. When somebody leaves you in that moment, their attraction for you is the lowest that it's ever been. The lowest that it's ever been. And what you have to understand, you trying to get that person back right now is not going to do it. Obviously, you have to understand the mistakes that was made in that moment so you can correct it. And then you move on from there. But the best thing to get them back, obviously, you have to go no contact. That's one of the basic standards guys don't understand. But having success. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to be as successful as Michael B. Jordan. I don't expect you to be, but you can be successful in your own right. You can start making more money. You can get a high paying job. You can get a job that exposes you to a lot of popular people. You can get a new car. You can get a new Rolex. You can start working more hours. So say you don't speak to her in 2-3 months, maybe even a year. She looks back on your page. She see a whole new BMW, Benz. See you wearing flashy shit, nice new clothes, nice professional photos. Got a Rolex on. She see all this nice shit. Damn, he must have came up. Let me hit him up. Hey, how you been? What's up? What do you want from me? Oh, I was just checking. I see you doing good. I'm doing great. You leaving me was the best thing I ever did. Now she wants you back. Say, damn, why he couldn't have been successful with me there? Why you had to get successful without me? Now all of a sudden you start looking better. And then you hit in the gym and your body look great, right? But in particular situation, he was made fun of for his passion. And this is another thing. Why you guys, when you start something, stick that shit out. It doesn't matter how long it takes, right? I know some guys that are doing podcasts making 10K, 20K a month off the podcast alone. I'm not making that much. off this podcast. But I know I can get there if I stay consistent, right? I know I can get there if I stay consistent. I'm barely making $500 off this fucking podcast a month. Barely that. Which is not bad, but it's just a passive stream of income, and I'm growing, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. Like, and it's a lot of dedication. I already did 160. This is my 164 episode, but I'm not gonna stop. There's a lot of people say, "Oh, why are you doing that? You wasting your time on that. You need to go get a job. You need to do something." No, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stay consistent. And then when I am making 10, 20, 30K a month, like I already know some people doing off the podcast, I'm gonna stay consistent. All the people that told me that I should stop, they're gonna see I stayed consistent. Now you eat shit because I proved you wrong. And this is like this should be like a testimony for so many guys, because there's so many people who quit and give up on things and they get made fun of, and you're always so worried about what other people are thinking. But this should be a testimonial to you that you don't stop what you're doing, and the revenge you can get. You don't want to go out and try to get revenge on somebody. You don't want to go out and try to, like, do somebody wrong and get them jumped, get them beat up, or do some type of malice or bring some harm. No, your best revenge is your success. It's the success. Focus on the success. Whenever you get sad, whenever you get lonely, whenever you get upset, whenever you get angry, you don't like how you were played, take that energy and put it into something. Even if you just have a job, work 80 hours a week, go crazy. We already talked about $20 an hour. If you're working 80 hours a week, what's that? Working 80 hours a week at $20 an hour. That's $80K a year. Now you're falling into the 20%, the upper 18 to 20% of people in society in America. Most of society isn't making that kind of money. So what does that look like? That's what you need to be doing. Focus on your success. Now, another thing is, yeah, he's a nice guy. And we all know how it goes with nice guys. Nice guys usually finish last. But it's a bit of an equalizer when you're famous, because he's famous and he's considered as one of the sexiest men alive, or whatever. He got announced that title, whether you believe it or not. He was given the title. So given that type of status, he's on films, he's crazy famous, and no homo, but he's not a bad looking guy. He's not a bad looking guy. So when you have that level of status and you get that level of fame and you're getting money, you can be a nice guy, because most women are going to simp for you anyway. So whereas if you don't have that level of fame, even if you have a little money, you still may get taken advantage of, which is why when you look at a reference to his relationship with Lori Harvey, and she left him and he was trying to marry her, you can see some of that, where that him being a nice guy is kind of prevalent. Why? Because you look at the only guy who she didn't leave was Future. Future left her. Is that not crazy? The quote unquote so-called toxic king left her, and then said on a song for millions to hear, even Steve Harvey, I don't want her back. I don't want her back. But as you can see, the nice guys get taken advantage of sometimes. This guy was ready to marry her. And not only did she leave him, she left him and leached on to the next big thing. Idris Damson, right? The star on what was it? I forget the name of the show. I've been watching it. Damn, I can't believe I literally just watched it not too long ago. But he's friends with Michael B. Jordan. That's the crazy part. Right? That is the crazy part. Oh yeah, Snowfall. The guy on Snowfall. And then even still, even if you say that, okay, Future left her because he saw her with Trey Songz, even more of a reason why you don't wife these kind of girls, is it not? Like, listen, if I make it to that level, I don't really care for the fame. If I make it to that level, have that level of fame, she couldn't come near me for nothing. When I heard that she was dating what was it, Diddy's son, and then started dating Diddy, bruh. First of all, there's a whole bunch of morality issues there, right? I'm a person, so listen, not everybody can just have me, and I turn down girls too, but there's a morality issue, right? It's like, dude, Look, your own son. I just feel like that type of situation is crazy, and she don't care. Listen, that's all I needed to know about her. And I seen the interview; she tried to deny it. Listen, I'm not trying to get into the whole bunch of gossip. I'm just using this as an example that being a nice guy can hurt you, right? And it can hurt you as times. But what I want to say is your best revenge that you can get is your come up, right? So if you coming out of a relationship, if you're embarking on an endeavor and people are making fun of you and telling you don't do it, stay consistent with that shit. Stay consistent with it and don't stop. If your ex leaves you, that's fine. That's okay. I know it's gonna hurt for a little bit. Listen, guys pay me all the time and talk to me on the phone about breakups. That initial pain, you got to do something about it. It's going to be there. But use that shit, use that energy and put it into something. And let that be your best. Let that be your revenge, right? Let that be your revenge. And I can understand, like, with the whole name thing, like he has a famous name, but he's not exactly a basketball player. That's fine. It doesn't matter because he made himself famous. He made him, you know how hard that is to already have somebody's famous name and then at first getting mistaken for somebody else, but then actually making Michael B. Jordan your actual name and people acknowledge who you are. Michael Jordan is one of the most famous people on earth. Through the 21st century, one of the most famous people to exist. For you to come and take his name and then also make your name famous and include that B in it, that takes work ethic. That's a different level. Most people aren't doing that. And women are going to respect success. And you see, she looks so stupid in that interview talking about, oh, false statements, right? Looking like Rick Ross. Accusations. Accusations. That's how she looked, looking stupid. Now she had to deny it. He's like, nah, I heard it. I remember. And he was just so calm with it. And crazy part is, he didn't even walk away. He didn't say, oh, I'm up now. He didn't even like walk away and he still gave her the interview. Real classy. But some people are like that. Some people are genuinely nice. Some people don't believe in trying to have game, and that's fine. But unless you reach a level of success like that, you're going to get a lot of pushback. And even still, I still feel like he got taken advantage of with the Lori Harvey situation, right? So unless you have a successful attitude, meaning a lot of the times when you have success, you'll treat people and people will treat you as if you have, going to always treat you how you want to be treated. And the things you tolerate lets me know your self-concept and how you see yourself, right? And a lot of the times people are always going to treat you. The world is a reflection of your beliefs, your thoughts, and your minds and your attitude, right? And, you know, a lot of times, women, they don't like the cornies. They call a lot of things corny, and you can't always pay attention to that. Like, if a woman don't like the way you talking, like a lot of the times, a woman to say, oh, I don't like, we don't really care for the short kings. I need a guy that's 6 feet and taller. We don't say, oh, that's corny. That's corny. But when I say, oh, I don't want a woman that's obese or overweight. Oh, I don't like fat girls. Oh, you're corny for that. That was corny. They think everything is corny, right? If I have an opinion, like women give their opinions all the time about stuff. Oh, I need a man that's making 6 figures. I don't like that. If he ain't making more money than me, I can't deal with him. Come back, holla at me when you get more money. Oh, that's corny. But we don't say that's corny, right? Just having an opinion nowadays is corny. It's crazy. Because now, like, for example, a man having a podcast. I got a podcast. Oh, men having a podcast. Now they make fun of it. Women are always going to make fun of shit. They're always going to do that. You kind of just got to take it as like, they just chatting. Because you can't take that shit serious. And I feel like if you take that serious, that's why I don't really exactly consider myself like a red pill guy. Because I'm balanced. I don't think that, oh, you shouldn't, I'm not paying for no dates. No, that's stupid. I still don't believe in doing 50-50. The 50-50 thing it doesn't make sense. It's actually against my religion, right? I'm still going to pay for most things. We're still never going to do 50-50, right? But you have to have a balance. And I don't even take women serious that do it. I'd be like, yeah, whatever, shut up. Anyway, moving on. Right? You got to learn how to dismiss shit. You got to know when to take shit serious. And I just thought this was a really great example. It's a really great example of how things should be ran, how you should see success and let you know that it's possible. If it's being done, what's stopping you from doing it? Oh yeah, he's a handsome. Okay, whatever. There's a lot of handsome people, and there's a lot of ugly, successful people too. It's not hard. I don't feel like it's super hard. You just got to stay consistent and believe in yourself and work smart, right? So we're going to end this podcast off, and I want to hear from people. So start sending your request up. So by the time I'm done playing the song, we can get into this topic, and I want to hear what everybody has to say about the whole Michael B. Jordan thing. So guys, send up your requests. If you don't send requests, I'm going to send requests to you. So I want to hear what you guys got to say. This is a really interesting topic with the whole Michael B. Jordan thing. But yeah, we're gonna end this podcast off, and then I'll take some questions for you guys. This is J.O. Say It Ain't, and then we will talk right after that.
Nigga. This is that big Hollywood shit, nigga. You copping that shit you wish you could get. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fucking around out here, man. Fuck you thought it was, nigga. You know how we do it, nigga. We doing back-to-back shit. Ain't no stopping, ain't no motherfucking breaks, nigga. This shit ain't for the weak. So tell them niggas, watch out. I'm gon' blow, ain't depending on them niggas. Yeah, I'm gon' roll. I ain't even tripping about the lies being told. That's what happens when you poppin' niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so. Got the city on fire, but I'm still too cold. Always tell it like it is. Yeah, you know I'm too bold, but you still sleeping on me. Niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so, got it figured out. Try to be the nice guy, but now I'm on a different route. Probably got your girlfriend in my crib, just trying to dick her down. And best believe I kick her out if she don't plan on putting out. Yeah, cause I'm a dog, I'm a fucking dog. Got a lot of bitches, but I'm always trying to fuck some more. Yeah, so what you want from a nigga? I done found out the game, and they don't be loving niggas. I'm good, I'm all set. The way I do my own thing, yeah, they all vex. Out here calling shots like a motherfucking rep. Whole time y'all was playing checkers, I was playing chess. Man, this shit a mess. I'm gon' blow, ain't depending on them niggas. Yeah, I'm gon' roll. I ain't even tripping about the lies being told. That's what happens when you poppin' niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't so. Got the city on fire, but I'm still too cold. Always tell it like it is. Yeah, you know I'm too bold, but you still sleeping on me. Niggas saying ain't so. Saying ain't.
All right, that was J.O. Say It Ain't. That was podcast number 164. So let's take some questions. What's your name? Where you from? Oh, Cali in the building. I'll be out there next month. What's good though?
Nothing much. So I came in at the end of your podcast, and I just want to say thank you for accepting my request.
No problem.
You got a lot of good information. I love that you unwavering in your like principles, your standards with women, and not being afraid to step up to say what you got to say as a man. Because you're right. Like a lot of women, speaking as a woman, a lot of women do judge, and it makes it harder for women like me. Who, yeah, I'm newly single, but you know, by choice, and it makes it difficult for women like me who do look for a good man, as what you were talking about. Specifically, so like when you were talking about how women say things are corny and stuff, it's true. Like, but I think it's more of the immature and insecure, if that makes sense. Immature and insecure women who make those petty judgments. I was just talking to one of our homeboys the other day, and I was like, no, do I want to look down on him? No, because it's a sense of masculinity.
Wait, say that again. Hello? Say that again.
I don't believe it's 50-50 either.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, last thing I heard was, you kind of cut out for a second. Last thing I heard was your homeboy. Say that part again now.
Right. Oh, okay. So we were talking about, you know, the standards of women, like the height thing and everything. So he asked my opinion. I said, no, I don't really care as far as he doesn't have to hit 6 feet. That doesn't make sense to me, because then you're losing out on so much else he has to offer.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be a pick me, so I don't want to hear that crap from anybody in the comments. It's more so, I've been treated so bad by tall men, good-looking men. I don't care. What I'm looking for, especially as a 34-year-old, I want someone who cares about my qualities as well as I care about their qualities. So, yeah, does he need to be physically attractive? Obviously, in my eyes, he does, because I'm going to have to have sex with him eventually.
Yeah, eventually,
but
right?
Does he have to be a footer? Absolutely not. I mean, my last relationship, he was 5'7". Like, let's
Mhm. Well, I think with the height thing, I think it's definitely not that serious, especially when women are like 5 feet or 5'2", talking about
Right.
I need a man that's 6'2". Like what? Get your short ass out of here.
That's silly. Talk about corny, that's corny. Like, come on. That's why a lot of them who talk like that, now that's a red flag for me.
Uh-huh.
If a woman talks like that, she's not in my friend group. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're shallow, and then not only that, that shows me how immature you are. I cannot deal with somebody who literally their standards is height. What about what else he carries? I need to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
that's
So, like,
that's definitely a thing. I agree with you 100%.
I think that's more the youngins. I'm just gonna say that because if I had a nice guy in my life, Lord, I pray for that. I pray for a good man who will care about me, and I got 2 kids too.
Mm-hmm.
So someone who ain't gonna judge me for my past, yeah, I got 2 kids, and I'm not about to judge nobody because we all came out of our mama's chi-chi, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Lack of better words. Like I'm not about to sit up here and be like, I need a 6-foot king, blah blah. What is that gonna do for me and my kids?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is that going to offer anything? So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I just want to get up here and say I really appreciate you and keeping it real. And honestly, sometimes this is actually my second podcast to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
You really helped me to open my eyes on things I fall short on as a woman. Because if I don't want to be single anymore, I need to hear the other side, the other perspective.
Have you heard my other podcast? This is the first time you heard this podcast, or this like the first one?
I ran across you a couple of days ago. You were talking to a gentleman on the phone about a relationship, and I was like, dang, that's deep. Like, you literally, you were helping him really open his eyes, because a lot of us do fall short when it comes to letting people run over us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the standards we hold because we care about somebody or we've had history with them. We're like letting them know, like, put a stop to it. It's silly.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, let's not attack her in the comments, guys. She's I think her head is in the right place. And to be fair, I feel like it's always mixed. It's always mixed with like women that are a little older, and we're closer in age. I think you said you were 34, right? I'm 30. It's always like a little mixed. It's like women in their 30s, they always see like, okay, they either their standards are super high, or they're always just at least a little understanding of certain things, right?
Yeah.
And that's always the thing that I see. And I feel like you have a balanced mindset, because I think you came to the conclusion that, listen, tall or short, I mean, I guess I've heard other things from other perspectives of why women like tall men, which is not always true. Trust me when I tell you.
I know what you mean.
Trust me, I tell you, it ain't always true. But no, I feel like either way, you're gonna want to be treated, and then at some point, nobody's gonna be 100% perfect. You're gonna have to settle on something. You're gonna have to settle on something. So
I'm saying,
that's the thing.
Everybody's got a flaw. We just gotta know what is our tolerance level. Okay, let me just say this: why I'm able to come on here and say all this. And
Okay.
yes, y'all, I'm
Get it out. It's all right. Speak. It's okay. It's a place to speak.
Because when I was in my 20s, I was that shallow female. And where did that get me, y'all? Where did that get me? So I learned. Now, am I struggling? Am I suffering? No, not at all. I don't have a problem out there in the field. I'm choosing more wisely because I have 2 other lives in the matter. And secondly, I don't want to die alone. Like, come on now, who wants to do that?
Nobody wants to die alone.
Me. You know what I'm saying? So, when I was shallow like that, all that did was get me what they call, quote unquote, the bad boys, and what they do not give a shit about me and cheated. And was I the best girlfriend ever? No, I wasn't. So what I'm saying is, I'm at a point in my life where I went through that, where I can talk to females younger than me, like, it's not that serious with these goofy standards that you got. That is so goofy. Okay, like, to be, he got to be 6. Why? What did that do for you? Like, I need to know. I need to know exactly what that did for you, because he saw you could look up to him. I know some really straight masculine men that could get it down. Like, okay, let me not go too far. Wait.
Where were you trying to go? What direction were you trying to go? Wait, what?
Let's just say they took care of business. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw one of the comments, one day they want this, one day they want that. Yes, women can be a little complex sometimes. Me personally, I can't talk for all women. I'm not all women. Can I be a little confusing sometimes? Absolutely, because we're more in touch with our emotions, at least outwardly. I'm more outward than males because we're raised that way from the get-go. Like, men are supposed to be the leaders. And yes, one more thing. You talked about 50-50. My parents taught me that a long time ago. It's not always 50-50. One day, what if your spouse is sick or they can't get out the bed or something happened? You're going to have to pull most of the weight. So these are the things be more mindful of.
But yeah, that's the thing, though. And I think that there's this narrative in society, and it's not just men, it's women too. And this like 50-50 thing. But even if you say 50-50 overall, that means it's 50-50 in reference to the whole relationship. You're not going to be going half on half on anything, because now when you say that, there's like standards that are put on genders, right? And like, say for example, if you go out with a guy, you want him to protect you. You want to walk on the right side of the street. You expect him to, if you guys are alone and you're in the house, you expect him to, something happens, you expect him to go take care of it. So when you say 50-50, you're also breaking those standards too. And I don't think that a lot of people understand that,
At all. Like, listen, I served in the military. You think if I went down, right, I could, or my male counterpart, if he went down, you think I can drag his big ass? No, I cannot. It does. Like, guys, we got to be really mindful of things and understand perspective. We both need each other. Males need females. Females need males for different reasons. We can't always bash each other, because how else we can procreate? Let's be sensible about it.
Exactly.
And let me set the record straight, user 473. I didn't use on my physical prime. We still going. Trust. We still going. Check out my page if you don't believe me.
Don't pay them no mind. I'm pretty sure.
No, they're funny.
Listen. You can't pay them no more, because they'll definitely get to you. But everybody's gonna have their opinions. But all my thing is, and you're right about the 50-50 thing. It doesn't always work. And I just tell guys that because I have a lot of principles and morals myself, and I'm not a super religious person, but I do have a level of religiosity. So I have a basis and a reference for morals. And I was always taught that, like, you can't have a family unless you could take care of that family.
Right.
And a lot of guys, they don't do that as a basis for morality. So teaching these guys a basis of morality without necessarily being so religious. So this way they have a basis for it. So, because a lot of these guys don't have their fathers in the house. A lot of these guys don't have that older brother. And if they did, they never taught them these things on how to talk to women, how to be ambitious, how to go on dates, and how to vet women in the right way. So I think it's really necessary. But what I've been seeing a lot more is a lot more women coming on. I don't exactly consider myself a part of the red pill community, so my views are a little more balanced. But I will call somebody out on their bullshit though. I ain't going. I'm an honest person.
We
100%.
need each other to call each other out. How else are we going to learn and grow? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like I ain't gonna lie. Some of the things you said hit hard, but you know what? We gotta be able to swallow that. We gotta take it.
What do you think of some things you disagree with? I want to hear that, because you seem pretty on board.
You know what? So far, I'm not being an ass kisser. I'm being for real. Like,
I believe
so far, you've been, because I can see where you're coming from. You're tired of the bullshit. You're seeing past things. The silly standards that society has set out, at least these days, are way different from when I was growing up. So I watched my mama and daddy. They're still married 40 years later, and they're old school traditional. Me, I'm different. I am divorced, things like that. And I have no shame in my game. I have no shame. What I do is I admit my wrongs and I grow from it. I'm still growing. We grow to the day we die, guys. What I disagree with, I think just when it comes to the female mindset, we're just not all the same. And I know you didn't say that. It's just, I want to show that, yeah, we do mess up. Females, some of us do make each other look bad. We do. We do call out other guys corny. And was I guilty of it in the past? Absolutely. So I'm not like that now. All I can say is, hey, we're trying our best. Some of us are still learning, okay? And we're going to just try to do our best. Now, if I'm guilty of trying to sometimes it can be a little vain, because that's all we out there, like, I feel like males do set the pace. I feel like they set the pace. I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel like y'all set the pace on how we look and how we feel about how we look. Not everybody's going to agree about that, but at least for me, that's how it works.
So question, have you, and this is one thing, I feel like a lot of females don't have, I would say, game, meaning, and that's a little harsh, but I just think a lot of females, they show up with their looks, and that's really all they ever had to do. Like for example, with a man, I've had to approach hundreds of girls and try different tactics and techniques to see what works. For example, I'm pretty sure you've probably never approached probably more than 10 guys in your life, if that. So the point is, I've had to work. I've had to figure things out. I've had to go and be slick and smooth and be charming in order to get somebody that is interested in me, versus where a female, she just looks her best, looks pretty, and puts herself in the area of the man and hope that's good enough for him to come and work whatever game he has and hope that it's good enough that he can grab her, right? It's never just, let me go talk to this man and pick him up off his feet. And even if they do, it's never really like, it's nothing crazy. Just, oh, hey, I like that shirt you got. I like those sneakers. Girls rarely, and I get girls that approach me, and especially more in the DMs than in person, but like girls, they won't come on some smooth, just, hey, how you doing, handsome? That rarely happens. If it does, it's from like an older woman, like in her 40s.
I was about to say, listen, not me. I'm older. I will come for you like that because I've been through the bullshit. I'm tired. I'm trying to take. You're right. I never had to learn game ever. I literally dressed the best I wanted to. Looked at the guy long enough for him to see I'm staring at him, and then it would happen. Now. Maybe more so, but I don't know. There's like this fetish going around, call me cougar and stuff. It's very annoying, but
yeah, men like that.
Yeah, but do I still dress up? Absolutely. Let me tell you something I noticed. When I go out looking like a homeless bum, no offense to anybody, but when I go out looking bummy to the store or to the mall, don't nobody talk to me. Nobody acts a certain way. When I get dressed up to a T, I tell you, I get the nicest treatment, and that's what's different. I noticed that for females, but I'm also scared to approach a guy because I'm scared to get turned down. We're not trained or taught by our mamas that, hey, you're gonna get turned down. No, we don't get taught. Y'all get taught that, not us.
And that's the thing. I will say that depending on how you dress is going to be the type of attention and the type of caliber of people you attract. It's a lot of people. A lot of women, they dress so, but if you want to attract a certain person, you have to be that person. You don't attract, what you want, you attract what you are. So I think that you dressing of a certain caliber, you being of a certain caliber, you will attract those type of caliber of men. But I think where the hard time is, where you may not suffer from this anymore because you have already admitted that you've made the mistake, but a lot of women say they want a certain man, but what that man looks like, they don't want. So I've talked about this yesterday. I've talked about it just about every podcast I did this week, where the type of good man that they describe, I want a man that's going to take care of things. I want a man that has his shit together. Okay, you can get that. But let's say that compromising on certain things. And also, if that man may not be so like charming, like he may be up for, he may not be as funny. He may not have a lot of girls after him. He may sometimes be a little boring, as far as like there's not a lot of real drama there. But then you have to realize that if you need a little excitement, if things get a little boring, maybe you should seek therapy. But that's the thing, though. So when you look apart, understand you're going to attract certain men. You may even get men with their shit together, making 100K a year, 80K a year, and willing to do all those things and accept you and everything you come with. But you got to understand it's not going to be perfect, and you got to willing to have that trade-off. And I think that's where a lot of young women go wrong. They're not willing to accept that you have to do things. You have to accept him, and he's not going to be perfect. They just want everything, but
they want everything, and it don't work like that. It don't. I learned the hard way. And okay, so I think something I could disagree with. This was your previous podcast, and it was about what women are looking for, the 15%.
Mm-hmm.
You remember talking about that? And
Mm-hmm.
I think, okay, I'm disagreeing on a personal level, not with all women, because I know women like that. But I typically have found more humility in men who make less money.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit the six figures. You know, people like my father, hardworking man, second class. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I'm used to, and I don't go for higher figures specifically like richer men because they just seem to be more arrogant to me.
Well, yeah, and well, you and your, and I say this with all respect, you and your experience, it doesn't matter on a general scale. That's your experience. You may experience that, but that's unique to you. That's not what the general experience is. That's not what everybody's going through, right? So, like, if you say, well, if I deal with guys that don't make as much money, they usually do this, they usually do that, but that's not what's happening on the mass scale. You can't speak for, the masses. You may be an exception to that rule, and that's okay. But and so that's not really, I don't really disagree with you. I say that that's unique to you, and that's okay. Now, what I would say is, where I took that from, where that derived from, there was some surveys that were taking of about, maybe two, it was two different surveys. I think the first one was like 100 and the other one was like 200. I can't cite the source on the top of my head, but I know I have it in my notes. And in these surveys, it was like 80 to like anywhere no less than 60 to 80% of the women taking any surveys were saying that they wanted a man that makes $100,000 or more.
I can't.
So,
Like, I can't.
so and these age ranges were from like 25 to like 30. I want to say 36 or something like that. So, and
That's impossible.
yeah, but the 80, the ones that wanted those high earners were like from 25 to like 36 or something. But when you see with the younger women, they weren't so, some of them, not all of them, some of them weren't so like peaking on as far as money, as more looks. But that's what you're seeing. So when I say they want that, and you don't necessarily have to fall into that. And the only reason I did that was to tell guys, you don't have to be a part of the 1%. You don't have to be a part of making 500K or more a year just to fall into the 1%. But you do have to have your shit together, And that's what I was saying.
Has to as well. If she's gonna meet a man like that, you have to be at that same level. That I've never ran across a millionaire in my life. Like, maybe a couple because of events. I was at an event with that. Someone like me, I'm a teacher. Like, and I'm not gonna run into that. Come on now, like, you gotta be. And is it possible? Yes, but like these standards, I feel like some of them have to be broken down because if that's a personal thing, cool. You want it for yourself, good luck. That's all I gotta say. Just if there's any younger women listening, I'm telling you, it's not lowering your bar, it's being realistic with yourself. That certain things you're looking for is not quality. It is something else that you're looking for.
And here, I'll say this, and I just want to say this. You said that, would you say you have to be the same? Listen, I don't say that you necessarily have to be the same, because with women that make a lot more money, their standards become higher, because like you said, and it's a belief of certain women, because women only usually think from the perspective of women. So like, I've seen a lot of, even like when you watch these street interviews on TikTok, and women are like, well, if I'm making 100K a year, I want a man to be making at least the same, close to, or more. So now your standard, your options, your pool of options automatically gets smaller, because according to IRS, 15% of homes in America, only 15% make 100K a year. So you're automatically lowering the amount of options you can have, right? So it usually hurts them a little bit, right? Now, the one thing I have to disagree with you is, you said that you can't have it. You can, but you have to look the part. Like, for example, men that do have a lot of money like that, I would say obviously they want somebody for the youth, they want somebody for their looks, and they want somebody who's going to behave in a certain manner, right? So like, they want somebody who is obviously compliant, submissive, knows how to cook, and knows how to treat a husband. They want somebody that's going to bring them peace and also look the part. If you're making that much money, you want the cream of the crop. So a lot of women be, you know, a little overweight. Some don't really work on their looks and focus on their body and their health as they should, and think and expect that they're going to have that. So, and I know a lot of, and the big thing is manifesting, and you can manifest, but you got to put in the work. You can't say I'm gonna think and then hope and dream and just think that it's going to come and don't work towards it. Don't be in the gym. Don't, you know, do your squats so your butt look right, so you look presentable. Wear the right type of presentable clothing. You're not wearing fucking, you know, booty shorts all the time. You're looking sexy in a nice dress. Booty shorts are fine sometime around the house, but listen, but I don't want that. Like, I don't, they tolerate, for example, it was a study I just read. It was a hedge fund. So the hedge fund, and the minimum income in the hedge fund was $250,000 a year, $250,000 a year. Now they out of the, I think it was out of all of the people they asked about male best friends, right? They asked them, and they said it was 95% of them asked. They asked them, "How do you feel about your significant other having a male best friend?" And I think 80% of the people that were surveyed were married. The rest of them had maybe a girlfriend. 95% of them said no. The other 5% said sure, but with boundaries. And these are strict boundaries, like we're not speaking after a certain time. But since this is the thing, a lot of women think they're gonna have their male best friend. Oh, you're insecure. Oh, I'm insecure. Well, I'm gonna take me and my high earning self away, and you're not gonna have access to me. But that's the thing, women don't want to compromise. And I don't think women think about those things. And those things are really serious, you know?
Absolutely. There's a question that I had as far as physical appearance. I was just talking about this to one of my friends because standards have changed. You were talking about like how we dress and everything, which I'm very much in agreement as far as like how you reveal yourself, right? How you carry yourself. However, I do have tattoos, and some find that whatever opinion they may have, some men refuse to have a woman like that.
Oh, I don't know what happened. She kind of cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out. Last thing I heard was some men refuse to have a woman like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying that even people in my family, they just think it's unappealing. So I just wanted to hear a man such as yourself, you know, successful. You seem like you have a good head on your shoulders. What would you say about that?
Listen, I ain't super successful. I ain't making $1 million a month yet, but no, I appreciate it. No. But what I would say is, for my clients that make a lot of money, like I have some clients that make $70K a month. I have some client. Well, he said he only did it for about 8 months. He was making $400K a month, right? But some of the richer clients, they don't really go for girls with a lot of tattoos, and these are girls that are excessive with it, like, you know, sleeves, hand tats, face tats.
No, I just recently got a neck tat, and it's a small arrow. And men in my family really disliked it, even my mother. And the rest of my tattoo, I do have a huge one on my side, but you can't see it unless we're intimate. So things like that, like I just didn't know. Now, am I ashamed of it? Not at all. It's just, has that lowered my pool, basically, is what I'm asking.
I mean, you can still work. Listen, it all depends on how attractive you are, right? There's always exceptions. But I would say where it's very prevalent, where you have like say for example, if you go out in the summer and you're wearing like maybe a skirt or something that's very classy, but you have this crazy arm tat, and you have, because a lot of these guys, they go to like meetings and like, you know, corporate meetings and parties, and they will, you know, they will want to bring you, especially if you're attractive, they want some arm candy, right? So it doesn't always look the best when you're fucking tatted to the nine, looking like a subway in Harlem in the 80s, right? So I would say I would say the higher you go up, men definitely do have more standards. But I usually deal with a lot younger guys, and these are younger guys that have standards. So I'm pretty sure the older guys that are older than me, because I'm only 30, I'm pretty sure their standards are a little more harsh too. So I don't think, but if you're willing to, you know, compromise on certain things, you don't want a crazy wealthy man. pretty sure you can do it, but there's always exceptions. You just got to play the part. You know, you have to act and be as if you are a wife or you know, of a successful man. Think about how that person would be. You can't shame him. You have to be a representation of him. You have to look good for him. And if you think that getting a neck tat and if it's excessive, a lot of men are not gonna like that, you know. So it's just something for you to think about.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate your advice.
No problem. No problem. I appreciate you. Damn, my shit is acting crazy. But no, that was a really good conversation. Really good back and forth. I think she has some really good things to say. And I think that these are really healthy conversations. KB's such a gentleman. Hey, I be trying, man. I be trying. You know, one thing, that's the one thing that I never that's the one thing I never want to do. That's why I was always like a little afraid of like talking to women, because some women, like, she was actually really reasonable, and I think she was very self-aware. I still did think there's some things that she could probably work with. There's some things that she said that I didn't exactly agree with, but for the most part, that was like a 9 out of a 10, like little, like, you know, back and forth, because a lot of women are a lot more delusional, and it's hard to like be honest without coming off rude sometimes. And that's why I was always afraid to like just have these conversations with women, because I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really give a fuck, to be honest, but I'm trying to keep it easy, right? I don't want to get banned off of TikTok for having these conversations. That's why I try to stay away from the conversations with the LGBTQ, because it's like impossible to win. And I never wanted to come off like Kevin Samuels, because I'm not trying to be like him, right? I'm not like him. I agree with a lot of stuff he says, but I don't want to be so harsh and blunt. Like, I'll be honest, but I'm gonna break it to you easy. And I think that's why a lot of people hated him so much, because his delivery. But that's also why he was followed so much. But I don't want to be like that, because I'm not him. But that was a really good little back and forth. I like that. If there's more people that want to come up and talk, we can come up and talk. I'm gonna get off of here soon, because I got a shower and I still need to get my hair done. My hair looking a little crazy. She's a part of select few who have common sense. No, yeah, she was very classy, very presentable. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey Russ, by the way, I had sent you a I had sent you a voice note. I responded to your voice note you sent me. Okay, I'll look at that while I'm on the live now. Is there any more people that want to come up? Which I got to say, which I want to talk about? I'll at your boy. By the way, if you're on YouTube, I put the link to the the Zoom chat so you guys can come up and speak. What's the timeline for escalating on a girl from friend zone to relationship? Well, first of all, you got to get out of the friend zone. That's first and foremost, right? Getting out of the friend zone is very easy. I know I have a video on there on Patreon on how to get out of the friend zone. One of the easiest things, but you want to establish things from the beginning. You can disqualify yourself in certain situations, but once you get in the friend zone, you got to learn how to get out, right? But whenever an interaction, you should always be escalating, always small, because you don't want to go too fast and then you make her uncomfortable. But you should always be escalating. What's the deal, man?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
I have been escalating from the friend zone with someone. We like just had went out. I took your advice on a date and what to do. We went like 4 different places. We was out for like 8 hours. She didn't want to go home, whatever. But I still had to take her home. It was like 3 a.m. But
she didn't want to go home, and you didn't do nothing.
She's not gonna go for that. She's like holding herself to marriage. She's never even kissed a dude before.
All right, but like, you ain't got to get the cheeks right away. You ain't got to like try to, You ain't got to punch no DICK in her. You know what I'm saying? There's other things you could do.
No, she had to go. Like, it was 3 a.m. on like Monday. Like, she's in school. She had to go home.
What time did you guys go out on your date?
6.
You said 6?
6 p.m. Yeah.
So that's 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. So you were with her for an entire work shift, 8 hours.
Yes.
And you didn't escalate at all?
No, I just didn't kiss her. Like, I had my arm around her, would grab her chin from time to time.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
So if you were doing all that, she's more than comfortable, and you went to 4 different locations. The problem is you're not escalating. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? You didn't know enough tricks to pull out, and you didn't know what stops to pull out. What stops you from escalating how you should have?
We're not like, it wasn't explicitly a date.
It don't matter. You spin it. If you spin it, did you pay?
Yes.
That's a date. That's a date. It doesn't matter. If you spend an entire work shift with somebody and you paid, that is a date, my brother. And it doesn't matter if a girl has interest in me, she knows I have interest in her. Or even if I'm spending time with her. If I spend 8 hours with her, I bet you my bottom dollar, I'm leaving with something. You seen that? You seen that Denzel clip? I'm from the hood. I'm leaving with something. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be a kiss, whether, you know what I'm saying, we got the touching and rubbing, whether she got on top of me, was dry humping, even if you didn't have sex, right? And stuck for the law, I probably shouldn't be doing this on camera, but this is why I keep these conversations private. But you have to learn to escalate a little bit. If you're putting your arms around her, that means, why'd you stop escalating? You have to continue escalating. You can't be afraid to like keep going and get rejected. Obviously, you want to respect her boundaries. You don't want to come off a bit, rapey. You don't want to do that. But you have to know where you can go. Because a lot of this, and this is something I learned at the tender age of like 12. But see, the problem with most guys, you guys are afraid to escalate. Like, say, if I'm talking to a girl and, I know she's feeling me, what I'm saying? I'll pull out some stops. Like, oh, come here. You got something on your face. And I'll come like an inch away from her lips. And if I see she's receptive to that and she's not pushing me away, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just, what I'm saying, lay one on her. And if she liked that, she kissed me back, okay, then let's go from there. And if she does pull away, okay, cool. And she didn't make it awkward and she's still flirting and she's still in my personal space, then I'm going to keep escalating until I get a hard no, right? Not the playful, not like the, stop. No. Not one like, no, don't do that. I don't want to. All right, cool. I respect it. I'll fall back. But you're not taking the lead on certain things. Okay, yeah, she's a virgin, but you could gain virgins too. You can respect her boundaries and say, if she don't want to have sex, I respect that because I'm a relatively religious person too. But like, what are you doing? What's holding you back?
Like, I'm telling you, she's never kissed anybody up. She's like 20.
Okay, so be her first. Wait, you're making it rocket science when it's a school project. You know what I'm saying? You're making it something that is NASA required. This is a science astronomy. This is 8th grade science, 9th grade science, whatever, the 10th grade science, whatever it is. You're making it more difficult. And the reason I can say that is because you didn't attempt anything. You stopped escalating. You said you escalated. Escalating. You know what an escalator is? You know what an escalator does? It continues to go up. It doesn't stop. Right? Like Russ said, this is the only time you need to be applying pressure. When it comes to pursuing, texting, you can pursue. But when you playing baseball and it's time to get to first, second, third base, that's when you apply pressure. Right? That's when you apply the pressure. But you got to step up on your man to woman game. I could tell that's lacking a little bit, right? Because you have to find an excuse in your head. You got to say, damn, so I want a kiss out of her. What are some creative ways I can get a kiss out of her? You know what I'm saying? Or you can make a little bet. If you go to Dave & Buster's, if I win this game, you owe me a kiss on the cheek. If you know she ain't never kissed nobody on the lips, you owe me a kiss on the cheek. Or if I win another game, I need a kiss on the lips. She'd be like, nah, come on, don't be a punk. What you afraid of? My breath stink? No, all right. So you gotta be smooth. You know what I'm saying? You not escalating things. Why is this so difficult for you?
It's just I know who she is. She's got real bad like anxiety about that type of shit.
So what?
Like I've known the girl for like 4 years. Type shit.
Okay.
So I don't know. I feel like if that would have happened, it would be a lot harder to get her out the next time because she would just be like, she would know it's coming.
But still, like, even, bro, it doesn't really matter. Like, so even if you say she's a virgin, escalate extremely slow. I remember speaking to you about that. I'm pretty sure that was months ago. Was it not?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's stopping you from escalating further? Have you not hung out with her since?
No, I just hung out with her recently
from that last time.
Life happens.
Bro, that was literally wasn't that like last year or something like that?
Yeah, it was last year.
How many months ago was that?
Like 3.
So listen, you ain't seen a girl in 3 months, and you talking about I was escalating, bro. And what's your reason on why you didn't see her in 3 months?
She was almost flunking out of school. I had things I had to deal with, shit like that.
So you don't really want her that much. You don't really care for her.
No, I do like her. She cool.
So how you go 5 months without seeing somebody, and you expect them to take you serious?
It's not like I didn't invite her out. I did.
So she
had convenient excuses or explanations.
So how many times did she flake on you?
Twice.
So you
after it happens twice, I was just like, I'm gonna just chill out on this and go out with other girls, blah blah blah,
yeah,
shit like that.
As you should, because at that point somebody playing games.
And then she came back around, and then I took her out this time. So that's how that happened.
Listen, just because a girl a virgin, that don't mean she can't talk to other. I think you putting her bit on a pedestal. Just because somebody's a virgin, that don't mean that she can't talk to other guys. That don't she can't have interest in other men. And you did the right thing by letting her come back. Is she still a virgin?
Yeah.
You sure? How you know? You ain't
like this is
you ain't hitting no cheeks.
She's deathly scared of like that type of even being seen as not like a slut at all, like by anybody.
Just because you get some dick, don't make you a slut. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's good for her though. I do think that is a good thing that she wants to keep her virginity, right? That's a good thing, and it shows a high level of morality. And I think that girl can potentially be a good wife. But I think that you're being a bit too nice, right? We know how we feel about the nice guys. Nice guys usually, they say nice guys finish last. No, nice guys don't finish at all unless you're Michael B. Jordan, right? Keeping the whole topic convenient for tonight. But I think that I think you did the right thing. So what happened on the last time you guys went out?
You talking about this last time we just went out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I took her to get smoothies. We got the smoothies. I like put my hand around like her back or whatever, and was talking to the cashier like, "Does that come in the kid size?" That's how I started. Then we walked around downtown. Then we went to the movies. But she like the movie chairs was like, I didn't even know how the movies were set up. It wasn't like the recliners they have now. It was like actual chairs, and they were separated, so it was hard. Like I had to reach over to do anything, but I still like would put my hand on her chin or something, or was telling a joke or something like that, or a leg, and then went to Waffle House after that, and then we went to the park.
Yeah,
we were in the car because it was cold. So
listen, you gotta at least have a kiss on the cheek. Have you tried a kiss on the cheek? Have you tried that?
Have I tried to kiss? I feel like that's like cheesy though. Like,
listen, it's more than what you. Listen. You got to understand. It's a step by step. You talking about that's cheesy? You ain't getting shit. You the cheesy one. You got the nerve to talk about a kiss on a cheek is cheesy. But you got to understand, and this is how I know y'all don't be studying. The whole point of escalation, right? Is Kino escalation is to condition somebody to having them your touch. It's a subconscious conditioning, right? This is why I say, guys, you gotta have game. So you saying, oh, a kiss on the cheek is cheesy? She's a virgin. Like, bro, are you saying you ain't even doing nothing? You got it, and you talking about it's hard. It gives her anxiety. If you think a kiss on the cheek is cheesy, even better, because she ain't gonna take it that serious. So for now on, when you see her, hug, kiss on the cheek. How you doing? How you been? I miss you. Right? You can't say that's cheesy when you ain't getting more than that. How dare you say that's cheesy? Like, come on.
okay, I got you. You're right.
I know I'm right. Like, come on, you hear this guy? Like, no, you need to start with that. Because once she accepts that, buying hellos, kiss on the cheeks, making a little bet. Oh, if I win this game, I get a kiss on the cheek. Because you got to move a little slow. She's a virgin, but little does she know it's those step by steps. It's you moving in increments. I learned that best. I learned that best from the government, right? I learned that best from the people who run the society. In the early 2090s, you could make gay jokes, right? You can make gay jokes, and in the early 2000s, they start introducing like the little, gay jokes in movies and stuff like that. And now, 2019, 2023, 2022, they all LGBT on every show. You can't watch one show without somebody having being part of the LGBT. It's small things. You have to introduce it in increments, right? Like, if you're on Patreon, I talk about the story of Borcisa. He was like a righteous person, and the devil tricked him into, having sex with this virgin, and then eventually killing her and some crazy shit. But how he did it was, and it stuck for the law. It's really a bad thing, but you see the game in it, and when you understand human nature and psychology, if you want to introduce something to somebody and subconsciously introduce them to something, you have to start small. There was a study done with people that was willing to give advertisements on their property. So what they did was they started with something small, and they knocked on the door, and they asked people, would you be willing to put something on your property like the size of this index card? Maybe it's just a little advertisement, right? And this is what I use for my Spanish. I've been learning Espanol. So, and then those people that were willing to say yes, when they came back again and asked for something bigger to put on their property as an advertisement, I think it was like 98% of the time they said yes, but it started with something small. That's how Kina escalation. That's the whole point of game in general. You should always be escalating further and further and further and further until you ultimately get your goal, whether that be in the bed, whether that be her being your wife, which is the right thing to do, guys. Don't have sex before marriage. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but it's always the best thing to do, right? But I know you guys are going to do whatever you want. So just so you can't say I never told you. But yeah, whatever the case may be, you should always be escalating. That's the whole point of game. But you ain't doing that. And honestly, you being a bit of a punk. And I know that's what it is.
I swear, like, what I'm doing now is I escalated before. Okay, we went out we have a group of friends, right?
Uh-huh.
We went out bowling one time. I did that same thing I said when I talked to the cashier. I did it back then. And that was like big. She like jumped away from me when I did it.
What did you do?
I put my hand like on her lower back.
Okay.
I said something to the cashier. Like, it was a joke. I said a joke at the same time, so it wouldn't be like so focused on what I did, but she still like jumped away. And she was acting weird the whole rest of the night. And then she texted me the next morning talking about she had a dream about me.
Okay, well, that's not a bad thing. So anybody dreaming about you can't be bad. Because
I know, but
that little thing made an impact. Oh, damn, my bad. That little thing made an impact on her. Whatever the hell
it is. That's why I'm going so slow with it when I'm out with her. Cause
yeah, but that's cool.
Like,
It's cool to go slow, but you got to push. You got to see how far you can get, right? You can move slow, but then still push. Like, okay, let me hold your hand. When I see you, kiss her hand. Oh, when you hug her, give her a hug, kiss on the cheek. Don't just go grab her butt, touch her back, lower back. Let me see your nail. Oh, your nails look nice. Feel her hands, caress her hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the little escalating things. See how far you can get. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, you got to set a boundary on it. If you know you don't want to go too far, obviously, okay, I'm not going to grab her butt. I'm not going to try to kiss her in the mouth. I'm not going to try to rub her. I'm not going to try to rub her chocha or some craziness like that. But set a goal. Like, okay, today we're going to do kiss on the cheek. I'm going to give her a hug. Maybe next time I'll kiss her hand. Let me look at her nails. Let's be very interactive. You know what I'm saying? When like if you guys go out to the arcade and she wins, good job, high five. Oh, you did a good job. Bring it in. You deserve a hug for that one. I'll give you that one, but I'm not gonna give you the next. It's game. You gotta practice on being smooth, but you're not gonna ever be smooth if you don't take no risk. And if she fronting on you, do what you did before. Go start seeing other girls. Don't allow yourself to be made a fool. Somebody keep flaking on you. Nah, let her know you got options. Go out on dates and post it. You know what I'm saying? But if she's that kind of girl, that's a girl that has the potential to be maybe a wife or something because she's of that quality, right? And listen, I've had girls tell me all the time, I'm waiting until marriage, and they end up giving it to me. I want to do this. What happened to marriage? You know what I'm saying? But you don't have that faith in yourself. And listen, I'll tell you a secret. A lot of women say a lot of things that they don't mean. Now, I do want you to respect her beliefs, especially if it's derived from like a religious belief, right? Because that's always the right thing to do. But a lot of women say and do a lot of things that they don't mean, right? So I always take it with a grain of salt when I hear a woman say something. I'm like, okay, I respect that. But that don't mean, oh, you ain't gonna get none tonight. Oh, that don't mean I'm not gonna try. Like, okay, and you the type of dude here. Oh, you ain't gonna get none tonight. You be like, damn. Oh, this is so frustrating. This date is ruined. No, fuck that. Okay, that's nice. Let's see how you act when I apply that pressure. That's the only time you should be applying pressure. When it's time that when you ready to hit home runs, first base, second base, third base. That's all game is about. But the problem is you afraid, just like most men. That's why most men don't approach women. And don't get me wrong, I have to get into the right mental state too. Like I gotta just give into this I don't give a fuck state. So you have to not be so outcome dependent. You have to have an abundance mindset, right? You can't be so worried about getting rejected. You can't be. It's like whatever, and I don't care. But once you get over that idea of rejection, things get a lot easier. But your problem is you being a punk. You gotta stop being a punk. It's nothing else to it. Make things man to woman. Don't be afraid. Do it.
I do make it man to woman. It's just the escalating physically. I slow down on that quite a bit with her specifically because she says things like she said it took her a while to get used to try to go or trust me because she feels like I have tricks up my sleeve or some shit like that.
And you do. So what? Like,
I know, but
you got tricks up your sleeve, but you ain't using them. So, and what?
You're right.
Listen. If I'm going up against another fighter, if I'm going up against another team, and I know he has, and we know we're gonna fight, right? But he don't know my game plan. Am I not gonna fight? No, I don't care if you know it's coming, but you don't know how it's gonna come. So you might fall for it. If I say I'm a fake the right and throw the left, and he don't know it, but if he knows the tricks, then he might look out for it. But if he don't know, that don't mean I'm not gonna do it. I'm still do it. So what? She know you got some tricks up your sleeves, and you do. That don't mean you're not gonna do it. You still do it. Who the fuck cares? You making this shit too complicated. You're your own worst enemy. Your problems are derived from you. Honestly.
All right. Good looking, man.
No problem. Listen, you guys got to learn to escalate the right way. That's all a game is ever about. It's just about the escalation. All right. And anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. This was a good little podcast. Remember, we staying consistent. I'm gonna be here every single day. Every single day. We're doing 200 podcasts this year, maybe even more, because I've been super consistent. Now, if you did miss today's podcast, make sure you go on, hit the link in the bio, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can see the podcast and the interviews and all the people that I speak to and just play it back. Subscribe to Patreon for more exclusive content. If you haven't checked out the relationship course, make sure you get that. And this way, everybody should be good, man. This answers for everybody. And then we got the ebooks. I started on the outline for the ebook. The ebook is coming soon. I know everybody voted, and the ones you want the most is how to make her obsessed, how to make her chase you, and all that good stuff. Cool. We're gonna do that. And I got that coming for you. But anyway, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll holler at you. I gotta get some shut eye.